Throughout my years of playing Minecraft, I've played on many different servers, whether that's minigame servers, survival servers, and everything in between. Many of these servers used to be super popular, bringing in thousands of people a day, but as the years have gone by, player counts have been slowly dwindling and the servers have been shutting their doors. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the top servers from years ago and see how they are doing today. We're also going to talk about how some of these servers have closed their doors for good, and talk about what existing servers can do to make sure they don't become another statistic. Our first server on the list is the giant itself, Hypixel. Hypixel has been around for many years now, and from what I can remember has always been super popular, whether that's because of YouTuber influence or the fact that this server consistently adds new features and minigames. This server is the server to play on for minigames and whatever else you can imagine. Player counts for this server seems to stay fairly consistent over the years, and if they play their cards right, should not be in danger of shutting down anytime soon. What this server does right is that it's always seeming to be adding new content in its most popular modes. I remember playing Hypixel Skyblock when it was the most popular mode to play, and it seemed to get new content at least every other week, if not more. Being able to give your players something to look forward to like updates keeps the game fresh and alive for minigame-like servers. Hypixel has also had a large following of people due to its YouTuber influence as well. People like Technoblade, who used to be on the server and create content on it, consistently drew large numbers of people to the server in hopes of interacting with their favorite creators. Our next server that I used to play on a lot was called Shotbow. Shotbow claims to be the original server network, and for its age, I would believe it. I was introduced to Shotbow through Pause Unpause and Vintage Beast's playthrough of MineZ, which was a brand new experience at the time on Shotbow. MineZ, for those wondering, was a Minecraft remake of the popular game DayZ at the time, where you would travel around the world getting supplies and try and survive in a very hostile world. There were many features in this minigame that were completely unique back in 2012 when this was released, like a thirst meter and sneak meters, all without having to download any mods. For 2012 standards, this was quite the technical achievement. I sunk quite a few hours into this server playing MineZ and many of its other minigames, but the server today, player count-wise, is not looking too good. The server is still active and joinable, just don't expect to run into anybody in MineZ very often. I played around on MineZ, and it looks like the Shotbow team did change things about every month according to their changelog, so they attempted to keep the player base around. However, time and more popular servers have taken its toll. I ran into a couple of people who remember playing this game 10 years ago now, reminiscing on the fact that hundreds of people used to play at one time. It is unfortunate that this server is not seeing quite as many people as it did back in the day, but all good things must come to an end. The next server on our list is Mineplex, and if you haven't heard quite yet, Mineplex simply doesn't exist anymore. It was shut down a few years ago due to a bunch of different issues, but this server held records for the most concurrent players online at one point. But today, the server doesn't even exist, which is very unfortunate. I spent most of my time here playing various minigames and all their holiday events. There has been talks of it reopening sometime in the future as it was purchased by another YouTuber, but further information besides that have not been released, leaving its future looking very grim. This takes me into my next server called the Hive. Hive used to be that server I'd hop on every once in a while if I got bored of other servers. It was just that one server that was just okay, but it definitely wasn't my first choice. While writing this script, I just relearned that the Hive on Java edition of Minecraft was shut down for years now. They have instead favored development on their Bedrock edition of the server. Now, my opinions on Minecraft Bedrock edition development are not too great. Specifically, the implementation of heavy microtransactions all throughout the server, just begging little kids to spend their parents' money on them. Servers like this on Minecraft Bedrock edition all seem to be the same to me, with microtransactions everywhere. Once again, you will not be seeing me play much or support this Bedrock marketplace, or these servers for that matter. While it is nice to see these old servers spiritually living on with partnerships with Mojang, their use of microtransactions are a major turnoff for me. So now that we've taken a look at some of these old great servers, let's compare their life cycles with each other. First, we will compare the two old giants, Hypixel and Mineplex. Hypixel and Mineplex were both extremely popular throughout Minecraft's history, each reeling in hundreds of thousands of players each month, even breaking records as I mentioned before. But only one still stands to this day, and that is Hypixel. Hypixel, in my opinion, has done a better job at updating and adding new content frequently to keep its users engaged. Without something to look forward to as a player, things can get pretty stale, which leads me into Mineplex. Mineplex was a great minigame server, but it never changed what it did. There were updates, but they were very few and far between as the server aged. I remember hopping on the server for the very first time and being engaged with all the minigames. But I also remember hopping on the last time and those same minigames were still there along with very few other new ones. I understand innovation takes time and effort and money, but if the owners of Mineplex wanted to keep the server profitable and keep their user number up, they could have done better innovating new ideas and games. Both of these servers do not see the same player activity that they used to see back in the day, but no server sees the same player count it used to. Which brings me to another important point in the video. Players have been aging out of Minecraft for a long time now. While Minecraft's popularity is still rising year after year, the people who grew up playing these old servers are aging out of the game. While some may still play here and there, many of these people either have full-time jobs now or have moved on to just better things. Think about it. These servers were at their peaks between 2013 and 2016. That is just about a decade ago. People who were 15 playing these servers are 25 and 26 now, and probably either have full-time careers or are married and have started families. While these servers have done all they could to stay relevant to attract new players, it's just hard to do so when everyone who was part of those servers moved on to better things in life. My life is a perfect example of this. Back in the day, it would be regular for me to spend anywhere from 3 to 4 hours after school or on the weekends playing these servers just to play them, trying to get as many wins as possible, interacting with new people, etc, etc. I don't even want to know the total amount of hours I've spent on this game for my entire life, because I'm afraid to think about what I could have done better with my time. Today, I just graduated college, and I have a full-time job in a big city. I work from 8 to 5, go and hit the gym from 5:30 to 7, cook a meal, and prepare clothes for the next day from 7 to 8, and by then, it's time to go to bed and rest and prepare for the next day. And even I still don't have as many responsibilities as someone who has to look after a family, which would take even more time. These servers shutting down is a testament to us growing out of our childhoods, not because no one likes them anymore. There's just better things to do and continue on with in life than playing Minecraft servers. Anyways, I wanted to thank you all who reached this point in the video, and I hope you enjoyed it enough to hit that subscribe button. If this is your first time watching me, I encourage you to take a look at some of my other work on this channel, as it is a mashup of gameplay and commentary videos just like this one. Once again, I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.